Thank you for being with us. Welcoming again to everyone. Uh, Today we will discuss on the child-friendly complaint mechanism, and we are welcoming again. We all want to discuss on the child-friendly complaint response mechanism. If the organization want to set up this mechanism, then which areas they should address to establish this structure, and which elements are needed to include all the children and make a child-friendly reporting mechanism and reporting and response mechanism is needed, as well as to continue this response mechanism functioning. And thank you all for being with us as usual. RHS is a global program. It works in both development and humanitarian sector, and supporting the organization in these sectors to develop their organizational safeguarding policies and build their capacity, especially the organization that is less resourced. RHS support those organizations, and it is funded by UK government, Foreign Common Land and Development Office, FCDO. The program is leading by option, and the technical delivery organization is Social Development Direct. Besides, other organization, IGVA, Teridashom, Site Savers are involved with this project. So we want to let you introduce two panelists. One is Mohammad Kudratullah Jahangir, who is head of safeguarding, now working with Save the Children in Bangladesh, and welcoming Jahangir Bhai. We also have Nigar Sultana Nipa. She is assistant director and safeguarding focal point of Dusta Shasta Kendra. Welcoming you, Apa, as well. Before they start, let us see the agenda. We all know that when we talk about child protection and child safeguarding, there is some unclarity, and there is a area that needs to be clarified, and we will talk about these so that we have a clear idea on these two terminologies. Then we'll talk about the child-friendly response mechanism and its importance. And after that, we'll hear from our panelists that the sexual exploitation and abuse, how this can be reported, and what kind of barriers organization faces, as well as the children face to report these ACA incidents. And after that, we will try to see that if we want to establish a child-friendly mechanism, which are the main elements that should be considered. And later, we will invite you a question and answer session. And at the end, evaluation paper will be sent to you. There you can share your opinion. So sometimes we see that where there is a distinction between child protection and child safeguarding, there is some similarity, and at the same time, there is some differences. When we talk about the child protection, we talk about to prevent children from all kinds of is safeguarding all kinds of harm, abuse, and harassment. And this kind of abuse and harassment actually perpetrated by family member, close relative, or community member, or member with whom they resides. And we talk about child safeguarding. This abuse perpetrated by the staff, associates, partner, vendors, and who are associated with, who come into contact with organization, even they can be volunteer. So if children are perpetrated by them, that would be a child safeguarding. These incidents, child protection program ensure to protect children from these uh, abuse, harassment, and exploitation. And safeguarding means to that organization take all measures to protect the children who come into contact with that organization. And during this interaction with children, they are not uh, being harmed or abused. In an organization, there are a lot of programs that is based on child protection, gender-based violence, health education. The child protection only work on the location where the project is being implemented. But when we talk about the safeguarding, so safeguarding is safeguarding talk about the protecting children from all kinds of programs like education, health, child protection, livelihood, or whatever the program organization is implementing. When we talk about child protection, there we want to see a world or a country that is safe for children. They enjoy their rights and they will be grown up. When we talk about safeguarding, so it means to be safe. The organization will be safe for children, and the experience with the organization with the children will be enjoyable. In child protection program, like child marriage, child labor, this kind of different abuses and the concern uh, regarding the protection of children, we promote advocacy with the government. And for safeguarding, we advocacy with the government donor and CSOs, so that CSO adopts that laws, policy, and procedures that prevent organizational cause organization, and they ensure the safe environment for children. That means when we talk about such a mechanism, that is child-friendly complaint response mechanism, there the priority is given that every child is different and that their needs are different. When they come together in our program, so their inclusion should be meaningful. By participating here, they can provide their opinion confidentially and confidently. And child-friendly mechanism actually ensure this. So it is a comprehensive process to provide information and collect feedback from the children. And this process, with through this process, organization also learn what are the innovative activities should be taken to address the individual child's need. And thus there is diversity is comes in the program, and also give us direction for implementation. So why this mechanism is important for an organization? The society where we live, in some areas, sometimes child abuse is accepted, like slapping, giving punishment, corporal punishment, some harmful norms like child labor, child marriage. This is recognized in our society. And sometimes we overlook this and we don't want to talk about it. So, in such a condition, when we employ in our staff, as we all are from the same society, same context, so that staff and volunteer organization need to make sure that from where the staff and volunteers are being engaged, whether they are informed what is safeguarding, what are the child abuses, whether they are aware of these abuses. So that's why if organization has this kind of mechanism, they can take measures. When engaging any children, they can ensure the safety and security of the children through this mechanism. We all know from this sector that we have sector standard, international standard that should be aligned with the organizational effort, so that they can secure fund from donors. So some standard like UNCRC, KCS. So this is the principle of this international standard should be aligned with the organization policies and strategies. And this should be reflected, and this will bring the innovation in program implementation. And finally, we don't want to be accountable with to children. This is our kind of cultural barrier. We don't uh, in some organizations, children is they are the main beneficiary. Are children. So in that cases, organization should be accountable to that children. If there is a child-friendly complaint and response mechanism, then this accountability should be ensured. So in that cases, the organization and the donor agency uh, will be assured. So I was trying to present this situation so that there is a clear idea on importance of child-friendly mechanism is uh, established. Now we will go to Nigar Sultana Apa on the barriers and challenges to report ACA complaints of the children. Thank you so much, Apa, for giving me this opportunity. I'll discuss the challenges that barrier to report ACA. Safeguarding is a relatively new concept, so that's why we don't see a comprehensive safeguarding activities, and as well as lack of awareness among the general population. Uh, in Bangladesh, children are 33% of all population, and they are being abused in everywhere. and especially the person or people whom they're supposed to be safe, they are being abused by that kind of person, that close persons. And children actually they cannot protest, even share this abuse incident with the adults, and there is no such mechanism to prevent this kind of incidents. We have to ensure the accountability, and there is a need to have comprehensive mechanism, and on many organizations is also are also working on this. Some organizational level risk, that is a lack of commitment, even they don't have the specific activity related to safeguarding, they see is at a cross-cutting issue. Even some organization has the lack of the mentality to safeguard the children, and also they have lack of capacity and also the lack of understanding on safeguarding, and sometimes they don't want to accept to make children in a center, keep children in center and ensure the protection mechanism considering their opinion and their response facilities. Generally, when the project closes, the awareness activities also closes. The short-term projects, so there is very limited budgets to build capacity, and sometimes organization do this work as part of just completing the activity, and at the national level structure is also not strong, and the national level policy is also not uh, relevant. So considering the children's psychology and their, and based on their this opinion, and their policy is not being formulated, even in the textbook there is no descriptive information on it, even, and the educational institution also don't want to share with the students. Even the survivor center approach is not followed, and their needs and their demands is not heard, and even the information of where these service centers are located. So as the all activities are project based, so this mechanism actually doesn't benefit the beneficiaries, because as the project closes, the activities are closes, and also that's why they faces new challenges. We did a consultation with the 14 to 17 years children group, and generally they don't want to report because of the social norms and the fear of retaliation, and they could be victimized. So they don't know where to report and whom to report. Family, even sometimes family is known about the incident, but this family resistance actually don't enable them to report. Sometimes they fear of losing services, fear of losing the education opportunity, so that's why they don't want to report. Even sometimes, even there is a tendency to give marriage to the survivor, to the perpetrator, and they don't have the rely even they don't rely on the reporting mechanism. Sometimes the person who received report is not uh, sometimes they are biased, so that's why they actually want to they don't want to report. And sometimes for this incident children are being blamed because this incident is caused for the children. So one 15-year-old girl shared that if I report, everybody will blame me, and this will create more problem for my family. And the boy boys also saying like that, boys group, because every most of the people believes that children boys are not being harassed or abused like the girls. So the girls, so that's why boys don't get support from the family. They only share it with their peer groups, and sometimes these peer groups actually insulted them, and the lack of knowledge on reporting, how to report, how to report, and for the family resistance, they don't want to report. And sometimes they are called half ladies. And they don't have trust on the reporting system because confidentiality is not prioritized here, and it is easy to identify who is the complainant or who made this complaint. So that's why uh, the complainant and the complainant family being harassed, and they face the consequences, retaliation consequences, and that is one of the reason. So that's why they don't want to report, and they don't have any idea what is the consequence after the report and what the procedure to mitigate this incident. And they also don't know whether there is a supporting institution, service providers, and what are the process to seek support from those organizations. And one 14-year-old boy stated that no one listened to us. If I voice a concern even about my sister, my parents don't listen to me and say that I'm a child and I should act like a child. So sometimes they ignore my concern. So that is the causes of this is lack of awareness, also lack of support system. Uh, there is limit weak law enforcement system, law policies. Many thanks, Nipapa. You described clearly. Children has shared their opinion very rightly. Now I'm going to the next panelist. I'm welcoming Muhammad Hujjatullah Jahangir. Uh, he's he has the long experience working with the working in the child safeguarding sector and also supporting CSOs to build their capacity. I would request you to discuss on the inclusive and meaningful reporting mechanism. What are the requirements for that uh, complaint response mechanism. So thank you, Shahana Japa. Effective child-friendly complaint response mechanism. The first things that is needed, that is ensuring the accessibility. That means for whom this system is made, they should have the accessibility in it. For this, what is needed, a clear idea about the participant whom we are working with. For example, uh, there is a difference between reporting an incident by a child and by an adult person. If you have a dedicated email to report, a child cannot be able to report through this email. To make sure, to ensure this child's accessibility, we need to make sure a mechanism. Then other important thing is acknowledgement, and you need to inform the child that your complaint is accepted and it will be managed with due process, would be followed, and confidentiality will be maintained. Confidential is very important. In earlier discussion, Nipapa was saying that if we don't maintain confidentiality, that the safety and security of the child as well as the child's family, there is a consequences. They may be stigmatized. They could be criticized by the society, the neighboring people. So, so that's why the maintaining the confidentiality, the importance of maintaining the confidentiality is one of the important element. In Save the Children, when any complaint received, we respond to it. We have a standard timeline. We have 30 days, and it is based on the gravity and the importance of the complaint. This case will be resolved within 30 to 60 days, 90 days. And another important thing is maintaining record. As soon as the incident receives, there should be a mechanism to record this report incident. There should be a logbook, or there is a system, online system, through which every report is recorded. Save the Children has a global system that is called DATIC systems, and even the person outside the organization can report through these DATICs. When it is recorded in the system, the notification is sent to the related person. It is a question of accountability. For all our works, we are accountable to the beneficiary children. So in other words, we say that program participant children, we have the accountability to them. So through this mechanism, accountability should be ensured. And that's why every allegation should be recorded and addressed. And another element is the responsiveness. If there is any report is received, we should be addressed irrespective of its gravity and importance. And The complainant should be informed that we have received a report and we will manage it by this time, by a definite time, and we will get back to you. And for this will ensured by the trained staff, and they should know that how to interview the children, how to uh, work with children, maintaining the confidentiality, and this mechanism, if we want to make it effective, child participation is must. You will understand the which response mechanism is most effective through this participation of children. And also this should be included in the monitoring and evaluation system so that they can say that whether your organ system is working or not. Here we see that in Save the Children, we appropriately how a robust mechanism actually helped to boost the reporting in the Rohingya response. We wanted to build such a mechanism that children can easily report here. In the Rohingya response, we observed that, and initially there is a very uh, limited report because there is a language barrier because most of the Rohingyas their language is Burmese. So then after that we design posters and we also hang posters in the camps in Burmese language, the reporting system. And after that, this Rohingya reporting increased. And this is an example of choosing an effective method to ensure the child's accessibility in the reporting response mechanism. Here we see there are a lot of reporting options. If you want to make your system effective, you will have to have multiple channels open. And from there, children will choose the appropriate channel for them. This can be a suggestion box. This maybe it can be help desk. For example, where you are distributing commodity, there should be a help desk to receive complaint from the children. It could be a hotline number. That the children has hotline number that is 24-hour open and they can call here. FGD is another effective method to whom we are working. We call program participant. We should start focused group discussion with them. You should know that there should be a children who never phone in the hotline or even drop the complaint in that complaint box. That child don't has that courage. So we can learn about the complaint of this kind of child through the FGD. The focal points in every geographical location, every project, there should be a dedicated focal point who confidentially receive will receive complaint and maintain confidentiality. Another is online feedback mechanism. We have a global platform where children or their caregiver can raise concern, and as soon as the concern is raised, The regional and country level senior management will be notified. Now we see, now we'll see the complaints and response, how these process work. The first is creating awareness of staff, awareness of beneficiaries or program participants, which is most important about the system. They should know the system to raise complaint. After that, you will start receiving complaint. As soon as receiving complaint, you have to have system in place that you acknowledge the complaint. After receiving the complaint, logged in a system, in an electronic system or manual system, even it could be an Excel sheet. There you can serially maintain this information. And important thing is to make management informed that incident is reported. After that, management will decide how to deal with the complaint. This could be a referral case, or maybe a simple programmatic concern. For example, in a child-friendly club, the football is, oh, if there is a serious allegation like sexual harassment allegation in a girl-friendly space, a girl has raised this concern, or even a boy of adolescent or child-friendly space has raised the concern. In that cases, the investigation decision must come from the management, and then after the decision, then we need to respond. Each and every complaint should be responded. We investigate every allegation, what has happened, what the perpetrator, and what is the learning from this incident. And after that, what is important, to inform the complainant that your complaint is managed and we have taken the due disciplinary action against the perpetrator. This is the part of accountability for the children we serve. And the resolution of these uh, allegation should be recorded in database, because in future, even after 5 years, management or concerned people, staff are able to know the process of mitigating the resoluting this allegation and what was the learning. This is all from my side. If there is any question, we can talk about it. Over to Shahnaz Appa. Thank you, Shahnaz Bhai. You have described clearly and also cited some example from Save the Children that really helped us. So now we can talk about the questions. So I will come to the panelist according to the nature of the question. There are some comments. So thanks to all who already given your name of and also organization name in the chat box. The first question that I can see, every children is vulnerable to ACH. And this kind of robust mechanism is not in place. So my question is how to establish this mechanism. I think the discussion of Jahangir Bhai would help you to. And next question is the distinction between child protection and child safeguarding. Uh, if you share these, that would be helpful. RSS has Ask an Expert services. If you are a CSO leaders, or if you think it is important, so you can reach out to RHS and also take help from Ask an Expert support. One participant is asked to share an example of child-friendly response mechanism. Jahangir already discussed this, but can you, Jahangir, can you share any specific example from your organization or partner organization? For example, suppose there is in a learning center, a child raise complaint that learning facilitator, the center facilitator slapped that child. The child reported this to the staff, and then the staff informed this to the focal point. And as soon as receiving the this focal point, log it into the dating system. As soon as it is registered, the top management, regional and concerned managers are notified. So after contributor being notified, and then he discussed with the senior management and take decision whether it should be referred to another NGOs. For example, if there is involvement of another organizations, in that cases it will be referred. If it is an internal case and it is a safeguarding issue, then it would be investigated. This decision is taken, then the investigation is taken, and after a investigation, disciplinary measures is taken. And after that, the complainant child is informed that what are the mitigation measure has been taken and what action has been taken. And this is recorded in the global data system so that they can learn from the old cases. The next question is, what are the challenges and barriers? The specific challenges that face what are the challenges to include the children with childhood disability in this system, in the reporting system. We have experience working with disabled children with disability. There are different kind of disabilities. Perpetrator actually take this opportunity as the children with disability cannot report, or even they cannot make the adult understand about the incident. So they are really neglected. Even sometimes society and family look at them like a burden. So, so that's why even the people who work with this kind of groups, they also don't want to give a priority or want to give importance. So that's why the disabled child is more vulnerable. Even the family is make more vulnerable to ACH. Sometimes the adult manipulated this and also blame the survivor. I'd request the panelists to respond briefly so that we can take more questions. Uh, Next question is they want to know a specific example related to age and gender. What kind of barriers, challenges they face when face-to-face they're reporting. If I understand the question correctly, children with disability or child who face challenges to make the system accessibility to them, uh, what arrangement what measures we took, that your we trained our staff because the staff or focal point should have ability to how to communicate with this kind of children, and also multiple channel of reporting should be open. In addition to that, doing focus group consultation with this group, because there are sometimes their voice is not heard, even there is a voice, even in some cases you have to use the sign languages. Sometimes it could be a drawing. Even not only the children with disability, even the younger children who don't know the sexual what is sexual ability, we can use this kind of method, and this is our experience that it works. uh, Next we see comments. Today discussion confined in response mechanism, so we are not going to discussion child protection discussion. So different kind of opinion may come. If there is a safeguarding related concerns, there should be a fact finding processes to validate the concern. The next question is related to investigation. If child is abuse is perpetrated by the family members, that uh, which should be addressed by the child protection program. Next, we see the reporting system. Uh, I apologize, I don't answer all the questions. Follow us, visit our website, and we have some unique services through which we want to be connected with you. And we will also talk about this later. And I want to thank the panelists. Uh, I think it was a fruitful discussion to you, and if you have any interest to work with RHS, you can email me. I am working at the RHS focal point in Bangladesh Hub. We'll advance the interaction with you in future. Next time, we'll also discuss many interesting topics in next upcoming webinars. We have a lot of Bangla resources, and you can visit and search the RHS resources through the website. And a lot of resources has been translated, translated in Bengali. Thanks a lot. Keep well. See you again. Thank you so much.